Hey everyone. So looked at some other games like Fantasia and Alien Storm, and we're going to get to Forgotten Worlds and Moonwalker in a bit. However, this time we're going to be looking at two Dick Tracy games. When I think of Dick Tracy, I either think of the movie or the NES game. What I really had never heard of before was the Genesis game, and God, I wish I had heard about it before this. Like, when I was growing up, it would have been awesome. When I think about the first game, I think about the fun I had playing it with my friends. I don't think about any actual fun I had playing the game, it was more just hanging out with my buddies, trying to figure out this weird game, and just guessing as to what we were supposed to do. However, if we had known about the Sega Genesis game, I think we would have played that a whole hell of a lot more. It would have been way more fun, just as frustrating, but for a very different reason. It just probably would have been a lot better. So for the most part, these two games are just very different. For one, the graphics on the Genesis game are a lot better, just because it's 16-bit instead of 8-bit. Also, it's a rail shooter that sort of combines an action platformer a little bit. Both of these are kind of combo games. I think the Genesis pulls it off better. The NES is... You have like that weird driving sequence, which most people, including myself, don't like, and then a side-scroller, which is fairly well done. Part of me wishes that I could take the rail shooter part and combine that with, the NES part, and definitely like drastically improve the driving. Because I think, the Genesis part does the side-scroller better, and, the driving part at least could have been improved. I'll just give a quick rundown of the NES, the problems that I have with the NES game, since most people have probably heard about them before. The driving controls are atrocious, the map isn't all that great, and the snipers on the map are very annoying. I don't really like the side-scrolling parts, just because I think they could have been done better, but, it's still not bad. It's just, I wish some parts of it could have been better. Now, the Genesis game, at least from what I could tell, is just a straight action game. It kind of feels a little bit like the action platforming parts or the side-scrolling parts from the NES game, but done a little bit better. Not much better, but still at least done better. And then it feels like the rail shooter from games like The Punisher. Only I think the Genesis pulled off the rail shooting part a whole hell of a lot better than The Punisher did. And that's one of the weird things about this. I feel like I'm in like a 1930s version of the Punisher universe. I mean, everybody's trying to kill you. You seem to have unlimited ammo. And it's just a very bizarre city. I don't know where, this poor cop, Dick Tracy, wandered into, like what part of the city he wandered into, but everyone wants him dead. I know he's a cop and he's fighting gangsters, but why are there just thousands of gangsters that are all heavily armed? It's very weird, but it makes for a very fun game. So in order to deal with the people on the background, that's when you switch into the rail shooting part, and you pull out your Tommy gun and just mow them down. Why you can't do that on the action platforming part, I have no idea. It does create kind of a weird thing where you have to stand still in order to shoot your Tommy gun, and that opens you up to attacks on the foreground. That can be kind of annoying, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but it is part of the challenge, and it does add a little bit of fun to the game. I never felt like I was being, unfairly challenged. It took a lot of time to get used to this, just style of play. So this would have been a lot of fun for me and my friends to have rented back in the day. I don't know if any of us really knew about this game existing. Like I said, we mostly just played the NES game, and the NES game was at least fun for the time, but going back and revisiting it, it's got a lot of problems. it's still better than a lot of the other games that we owned at the time. So the Genesis version was just an amazing surprise. I was just expecting like better graphics on the original, on like the NES version, but instead it's a pretty fun game. It's kind of annoying when you get started because it takes some time getting used to it, but overall it's a pretty fun game. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a great day, everybody.